Hello water signs, and welcome back to another video. My name is Simone, and I will be doing a reading for you for this full moon in Aries this October. And it is going to be for water signs in your sun, rising, and north node. All right, so sun, rising, and north node reading for full moon in Aries for water signs. Sorry, I'm at the park. There's a lot of bugs out here, and I respect them because I'm in their home. However, personal space. Okay. To spirit and members of the collective consciousness with our water signs' best interest at heart. What are the current energies going on for them during this full moon in Aries? What's the word? What's the wave? What's going on? Boop. Boop. Bop. All right. Sorry, I'm literally under attack. We are under attack. Okay. So, some of y'all acting up. Some of y'all are I have like a full army of bugs to my right now. It's almost comedic if it wasn't aggravating. Some of y'all are currently being a bit immature and manipulative is what I'm picking up on. Like kind of needy, like you like somebody or you want somebody or you're emotionally attached to somebody or something, and you're kind of you're pulling strings to make it come closer to you. It's kind of what I'm picking up on. Maybe this thing or this person would have wanted to leave or was relocating, and you're like holding on to them a little too tightly. There's something about, for some of y'all, like prioritizing yourself and how you want someone to like be in your life over how they might want to be in your life, and like a bit manipulative in that aspect, exercising a bit too much control over a situation, holding on very tightly, and like just kind of it's giving like puppet master energy. Puppet master energy. Six of Swords also like indicates like kind of a reprieve, like right after right after you face some challenges, you're finally getting like a breath of fresh air. But it also is calling for like letting go of the things that were like causing the chaos or the stress in the first place. So like there's a need for you to heal and to move on and to let go, as well, to release into that. And I think it's calling for you, release regarding this person or this thing that you're holding on to tightly to. See, can I get any clarification for the Emperor spirit? Is Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. You're sabotaging yourself by holding these things too tightly to you. The way that you're exercising authority in your sphere, I think that in some areas it's very good. Like there's not like a 100% bad energy attached to this Emperor card. I think that you're really exerting authority in like how you want to, how you are like cleaning up behind yourself, how you're helping yourself like navigate a certain thing, like navigating a certain situation that's been difficult for you or something like that. And that's beautiful. You're exerting control over like your creative endeavors or like some of your pursuits, and giving yourself structure and something, and like kind of really taking the reins in your life. And so that's all beautiful, but you can't take the reins in your life over everything and everybody. And that's where the self-sabotage comes in, because it doesn't actually serve you to do that either. And this Five of Wands, like this competitive energy, perhaps it's somebody that like you're competition can be good. Competition can be great. Competition can be something that inspires you to go further and push yourself harder. But really, like, you in your own lane. Like, when it comes to competition, you're your competition. I got this for another reading as well, so maybe some of y'all have cross placements. But, like, you are your own competition. When you're worrying about other people, then it actually, like, has you kind of... when you're viewing other people as your competition, you're kind of like holding them back in order to like give yourself the chance to get further ahead or something like that. That's the energy that I'm picking up on. So Spirit, any more challenges for our water signs? Oh, was that clarification? That was clarification for the Emperor. Yeah, great. So you're exerting your authority and your control over the things that you feel like you're in competition with. And you should instead see yourself as competition, so that you're just exerting your control over yourself and things that you actually can control, as opposed to like other people, which you literally cannot. It looks like you're coming out of like this victim mode energy, like this like, oh, things are happening to me and I don't know what to do about it. And you're really stepping up on your boss shit and being like, I know the life I want to live and I'm gonna do something about it, you know? Good for you. All right, Spirit, what are some challenges that our water signs will be facing during this full moon in Aries? Boop, bop, bang. Cute. There's some dogs at the park. Okay, so first off, some of y'all are having a hard time starting something, like you don't know where to begin. Others of y'all, you are starting it. Good for you. However, you didn't go in with any type of plan or structure or anything, and so you just kind of like jumped in onto something. And that can be a challenge for you in two ways. In one way, it can be a challenge in the sense of you don't usually jump into things. And so it might just be a new experience for you, and that's a bit rocky. Another way that it can be a challenge for you is like maybe you did need to think about it a little bit more and you didn't. And so it's like not necessarily a stable foundation for the projects that you're trying to accomplish. Whatever it is that you jumped into might be like, it might pose as a bit of a challenge for you. Next, some of y'all are going to be wanting to like offer a cup of love, you know, perhaps like some confessions going on and expressing your emotions and things like that. And that's QT, good for you. But perhaps you don't usually do that. And maybe that's going to be a bit of a challenge for some of you. For others of you, this has to do with like being a really intuitive friend. Like some of y'all need to read between the lines with some of your friends. And be present for them, and like you, and some of y'all, like you are this person, like you are someone who's like really intuitive and you can pick up what everybody's putting down even if they don't say anything, and that in and of itself might be challenging for you because some of your friends might then develop a habit of not feeling like they need to communicate anything to you. And so this can actually result in some challenges for you because you're now always having to read between the lines with certain people in your life. But other of you, it's giving big confession energy. So some of y'all are going to receive a confession. Some of y'all are going to be wanting to deliver a confession. And that, I guess, will pose as a challenge. And some of it, not necessarily confession. Some of it is also just expressing like your emotions, like literally just how you feel about something. They can be positive or negative emotions. Heavy on the quotation marks with the negative emotions. But they can be ones that might just be difficult to have a conversation about. And so that can prove as challenging for you. And then some of y'all are struggling to celebrate yourself, your accomplishments, and how far you're going with things. an important step to like be able to acknowledge when you've fulfilled a goal or something, because that kind of inspires you to continue doing those things for yourself. And yeah, so some of y'all are having a hard time with like celebrating yourself and celebrating like accomplishments and things like that. And others of you need to be aware of the people that you surround yourself with. Like when you're, like if there's people around you who are, they say that they're rooting for you, but it's crickets when you get to, like when you get to an accomplishment or something. Or like, yeah, just some type of op energy. Like some of the people, like you might be celebrating yourself, but the people behind you, like they're not necessarily like as enthusiastic as they might portray themselves to be. And that might prove to be a challenge for you as well. Can I get some clarification on this Four of Wands, Spirit? Okay, it's some people that you know are not necessarily rooting for you all the way. And you need to walk away from, and you haven't been walking away from. Yeah, some relationships and some people and energies in your life that could be a bit more uplifting, could be a bit more celebratory, and supportive. There's this energy of like harmony as well. So something like disrupting the harmony that you need to turn away from in order to seek your own sense of peace that you haven't done, or that you're like resistant to doing. Perhaps you spent a lot of time in this relationship, invested a lot of energy and love in this relationship, and it's kind of hard to just put down all of that, because like it could have been years, you know. But if it's time, it's time, and you got to put down all of it and walk away, you know, to better fortune. Big op energy. What's going on? Can I get some clarifiers for this Seven of Swords, Spirit? Oh, the whole manipulation thing that I was talking about at the beginning with the other person, that's not looking too good. I don't think that'll serve you well. That might come back to bite you. In multiple ways. One of them in that, like, you're gonna throw yourself off balance. The person or the energy that you're trying to keep close to you, like, doesn't need to be in your life right now, you know, period. And so, like, let alone for their sake, like, if they're not supposed to be, if they don't want to be there, then you can't keep them. But B, for your sake, it's not actually doing you any favors to keep them around. Like, you've been using them as a bit of a crutch. Like you've been basing your grounding off of them a little bit. And like you need to be able to stand firm and maintain your own sense of balance and be able to self-regulate and do all of those things without this person or this thing, you know. Yeah, you need to be able to self-regulate and manage your own self. You need to be able to... You'll be, I feel, significantly more fulfilled. Oh, I think it does have to do with, like, maybe a romantic thing. Like, maybe this was that person that you wanted to confess to, or... commit to in some way, shape, or form. But if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, love. Yeah, it's requiring a bit more maturity in how you approach your relationships and the people that you surround yourself with. Maybe they aren't rooting for you the way that you think that they're rooting for you, you know? Maybe they're the op. All right, Spirit. Can I get some advice for our water signs during this full moon in Aries? Boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop, 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 boop. I keep seeing the Prince of Discs, so the Knight of Discs, and that's giving very slow and steady wins the race. This is similar to the fire sign reading, actually. But, like, give yourself time to build something, you know? And it might not be fast. Be willing to put in that time and let it build something stable and sturdy and secure. Like, that can last for a long time, you know? You're very talented. This overall energy of like luxury is coming in for the advice column. Like we have 7 of Cups and 9 of Discs, and just like this kind of sense of abundance, and wealth and luxury. That's not advice, but good for you. Can I get some advice, Spirit? I think you're like steps before like a major breakthrough with your finances and like your quality of life. You know, like you're very much yeah, you're very much steps ahead of it. However, we have these 2 cards once again together. So I'll ask for some more clarification on them. Boop, 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 boom. Now might be a good time to invest in something, like invest in your... I'm hearing invest in yourself, invest in your projects, and invest in like your materials. So like if you've been working on a project and you've been using like the cheapest stuff to build your art, like you can create with any tools. You know, you're an artist, good for you. But like if you're going to have saving goals for things, like let it be this, you know, invest in better quality tools so that you can make better quality products. And it'll also make your life easier is what I'm hearing. Like you'll literally just have a better time when you're not fighting against the tools that you're using. And I think that you might be thinking like I can make do with the stuff that I have. Dream bigger. You deserve ease. You deserve you can do better than that. All right, Spirit, can I have some clarification for this 7 of Swords and this Temperance in reverse? 203. Having a positive outlook. And trusting your spirit guides, and trusting your own self and your intuition. All right. Oh, I need one more. Can I have a clarification for this Lover's card? Can I have a clarification for this Moon card? All right. Okay. The story has revealed itself. You're trying to choose somebody and hold on to somebody who is not made for you, and you are kind of codependent upon. So you're like going to be leaning towards this side where your foot is not on the ground. You need to choose to be stable within yourself, and to you need to let that person go because you're self-sabotaging. But more importantly, it's not necessarily about the person. It's more about like you need to make sure that you're set within yourself. Like your well-being is not dependent upon anybody else. Your like how you want to or how you feel, how you manage and regulate your emotions and things like that, how you take care of yourself and how you get back to like ground neutral so that you can be in a good space at the start and end of your day type situation. You need to be able to do that on your own, not necessarily like by relying on anybody else. When you do that, you're going to put yourself fully in alignment with your own self, which will lead you to a new love that is working in tandem with you, that is like balanced with you, you know? It'll make a lot more sense too. There's you don't know them. You haven't met them yet. It's this thing that you haven't encountered before. All the relationships that you've been in before have the word infatuation came into my head. So all the relationships you've been in before have been like heavy on the infatuation side, not too much on the actual like actual stable, balanced and happy and healthy like relationship side. When you are able to stop self-sabotaging and like going back to this pattern of like, I need them in order to X, Y, and Z. I need them in order to feel this. I need them in order to do this. And once you really choose yourself, it gives you the opportunity to like meet someone and encounter feelings that you've never experienced before. Meet somebody that you probably have never met before and you wouldn't have met because you keep on being distracted by people who are not for you. And also, like, once you really stand in your power, you will put yourself specifically into places that you wouldn't have been in. And in those places is alignment, is like a love connection that is very, like, fulfilling. I'm actually getting this for most of you. For some of you, it might just be, you might end up in places with, like, a really good opportunity that is going to be really emotionally fulfilling that you wouldn't have encountered before. But I'm getting, for a lot of you, it's love. So that's the advice that Spirit has given me for you all today. You're in charge here. You're in charge of everything here, and you're about to make something beautiful. And you have the capacity to do it. Like, you have the power to do it. Don't hesitate on that one. All right. Yep. That is a message I have received for you all. I'm wishing you much abundance, love, happiness, patience, and overall well-being. The rest of the videos will be in the iCards and at the end of the video. I mean, for earth, air, and fire signs. If you have other placements and you're interested in checking them out, I'm also offering personal readings now. I will include a little bit of that at the end of this video. And yeah, feel free to check out my channel. Feel free to subscribe and like. Thank you so much for joining. And take care.